Power of a soul-led business community. Why more soul-led business communities can really help the individual business owner thrive, and why it builds more strength, and all the opportunities that it can create and the solutions that it can help solve. So my name is Anne Burns. I'm a soul empowerment coach, a healer. I'm also a soul-led business and marketing strategist, and I'm the architect behind the new Soul Hub and Heart Hub that will be launching soon. So one of the things the challenges that I faced in my business, and I know so many other heart-based, holistic, and spiritual businesses faced. And it's one of the big challenges that I see on so many levels, is trying to build a business in your own, and having challenges and difficulties that sometimes that you just think you want to maybe knock some ideas with someone else, get someone else fresh perspective. And sometimes it can be so many things that you need to do in your business to make it grow and run and to move smoothly. It can sometimes feel very overwhelming. Also, one of the biggest challenges for particularly a lot of holistic and spiritual business owners, for a variety of reasons, and it can depend, but sometimes, particularly now, there is so many people that have moved into holistic and spiritual fields, and everyone makes false promises. I'm not saying everyone, but what I mean is there's so many false promises out there, and so many people that don't have ethics and values and imply all sorts of things. And then you've got on the opposite side really heart and soul-led healers, therapists, coaches, and other kind of holistic and spiritual businesses, or soul-led businesses, who are just trying to do things very honestly, ethically. Their heart's in the right place. They work really hard. They don't want to do manipulative marketing. They don't want to do anything that's dishonest. They work from that space of integrity, but sometimes to do with that, they struggle with their marketing, they struggle with their visibility. And you can often see this also in a lot of people who are maybe highly sensitive, highly empathic, and introverts. Certain types of networking, certain types of way of business do not align. And one of the advantages that we have right now is the world is shifting, and people are starting to see through. They see through people that are only there to do the 10K months, the 20K months, 30K months, and they're only there to build a legacy in relation to money with no ethics and values. That's starting to break down. People are starting to see through even we call the celebrity status, where people, there's like a fan base, but there's maybe no depth. And you can see that in the spiritual celebrities. A lot of people are now moving out of fashion because lots of things that's happened over the 5-6 years have helped people see really the level of integrity behind maybe people, sometimes a lot of people tell you certain things and imply they are living through, living certain principles in their life. When transparency starts to show, that the cracks start to show, and none of us are perfect, that's not what I mean. But what part of the unveiling is doing is showing us a lot of things. But it's a great time right now for the more soul-led, the more conscious and awake business owner to come together with other awake and conscious business owners who know what's going on at the moment, and knows and has an idea of some of the shifts that are happening and some of the things that are coming. It's a great opportunity for us to unite, to share resources, support, and share our gifts and skills. And that's why I have created the Soul Hub, and I've also created the Heart Hub, and share. But what I want to talk about is the importance right now of community and connection, and being there as a support network, like a family. When I first started my business over 25 years ago, my life had been very, very small for quite a few years. I had so many health challenges that even, spending time with friends was so exhausting in time. Everything had to be scheduled a certain way, and I couldn't do lots of activities because it would make me ill for weeks. So when I started my business, I did it because I felt something, a deep calling, but also I wanted to have purpose. But it was very lonely. I couldn't do normal networking. I remember going to one networking event and it took me weeks to recover from it, but also I felt it was very superficial. It was not based in ethics, integrity. It was all, to me, it was very false, but also as someone who I didn't have the sensory issues that I would have later, but I had some sensory challenges at that time. I found it really too much. And then, as my business did grow, you know, I did start to do online networking, but again, the online networking was really challenging for someone that has sensory processing issues. I felt a lot of it was speed networking, based again on very kind of, how could you say, surface level. And one of the things that I knew was a great need, and I did it a lot of different ways, was start up business communities many years ago. But I knew people needed community, but also saw that people were not always gelling. There was still a bit of competition rather than working together. But I also understood the opposite side of that, how important it was as a business owner to stick to your own alignment and values, because a business, your clients and your consumers buy into your values. They buy into your ethics. So, for example, if you bring into your business another partner that does not have the same ethics and values, it can destroy your business, can destroy your brand. And one of the things that I know right now is that we all need to connect more and align more, and also kind of, yeah, of course, look beyond other people's, and be open to understanding other people's ethics and values and beliefs and things like that. But also there's some common values that many in the more solid business and heart-held businesses hold, and that is about wanting, all based around doing what's right for people and, making this a better, peaceful, more healthy and safer world. And the Soul Hub, that's why I've created the Soul Hub, because um, one of the things is that being a more awake soul can be a very, very lonely path, because when you can see what goes on and you understand what's going on, you've done the work, the inner work, and you're far more intuitive or far more aware, and you're more solid, and you kind of get a feel for things. And other people are still living on the surface, and they're still doing things in a very superficial, or they're just doing things a certain way. It can be challenging because you don't function at that same level. And the Soul Hub community is designed as, on one level, it's designed for connection and community, but co-creation. For a few of the years, I had started running co-creation, monthly co-creation groups, which I loved. But I realised that I had to kind of transfer in a different way so that I could, I was given far too much for, very little in a smaller group. But I also realised that I wanted to expand and grow that, and I had a vision for a community for quite a while. And the Soul Hub is the roots of that. It's the beginning of this, not just community. It's in many ways, there's a mission behind it, but someone gave me the name the other day. They said to me, it's this, and I forgot the one, I'll get a problem back to me. But at the heart and soul of it is helping business owners, change makers, social enterprises, charities, or whatever, help each other like a co-op, right? And the legacy of this is about teaching us all how to share our resources, share our gifts and our skills, and build together. Because when we build together, we become stronger. If you think about a small business is able to fund a really good team. The team members all bring something else to the table and help. If they come in with the right alignment and they come in with the right heart and soul to that project, it's just like when you hire an employee. An employee comes in and they're really excited about the job and they're dedicated. They bring far more energy than someone that just comes in as just a second that just wants the money or has come in from another ulterior motive, right? And when you have that team, you all work together and you can achieve amazing results. And that's what it's all about. This is what the Soul Hub about is about helping you, really step up and fulfill your mission. And also find solution to some of the challenges that are going to come up, because we're seeing a lot of transitions. We're going to see a lot of transitions financially. We're going to see a lot of transitions the way things have gone on with governments and things like that. And they're going to be, even though it might appear absolutely insane at the moment, there will be other positive shifts out of this. And this is a solution-led space for those of you that are awake, conscious, or want to be more awake, and want to shift and help be the shift and help make an impact and be an example and to stand strong. And that's what it's all about. So it's about community and support. Now, to let you understand, just to do with the way it's designed, I've also got the Heart Hub. So if you're looking at the Heart Hub, it's actually like opening the door. It's the pathway towards the Soul Hub. Even though I've opened the Soul Hub up in many ways first, and I opened that up to people mostly that have worked with me before, who are very familiar with some of my work. Maybe not all the sides of my work and things that I want to bring in for, I've wanted to bring in for a long time. The people that could understand the concept and have similar values and ethics and want the same as what I want. I brought that in first. But the Heart Hub is a space where alignment, rest, recuperation. So it's a space for meditation, it's a space for healing, and it is also a space for connection, but more that connection is gentle, soft, loving, caring. And then the Soul Hub is where we take up, we're really getting into a mission, we're stepping up, we're getting stronger, we're getting into alignment, and we are focused. And it's a mixture of intuition, energy, even like putting better imprints into the collective energy, seeding better intentions, and we will eventually do some quantum things, but it's about you being able to align and grow and step into that mission with more strength, more power, and a support team behind you. And that's what it's all about. And the Heart Hub is for also people. The Heart Hub is for some, people that may not even have soul-led, they may not be a soul-led business or a community, but they are awake, they're conscious, they want to be part of the team in many ways. They want to be part of the light bearers. They want to be the people that are holding the space and who can see past the illusion, right? And that's when Heart Hub comes in. That's about giving you a space of respite. And the Soul Hub and the Heart Hub are going to not just have, there'll be not just business things in the Soul Hub, there'll be different types of classes, and the Heart Hub will be some classes as well. So I will be telling more about that. But to give you an idea, we're growing it, we're starting small, and then we're growing it. I've got about, I think there's 8 of us in total that are seed leaders at the moment, who all bring different things. And I'll just give you an example of some of the things that we're planning to run into, particularly at the beginning of 2026 and then on, as we have 2 other business mentors, and we have Karen Finnegan, and we have Denise McKeever, and I'll give you a background on Karen. So Karen is a she has a spiritual side here. She's a spiritual author and healer, but her main work for many, many years has been business mentoring and business lecturing and consulting and things like that. So she's going to be helping with some of the business side things. She will be doing some other things, and some spiritual angles in relation to business and other stuff. And when we have Denise, and Denise will probably do things later, Denise McKeever. Denise is a disinnovator and an innovator, and I have to let you know, Denise is actually my sister. So Denise, like me, get into when we were very young, get into more she went down the art side and get into kind of the fashion side. I get into more clothing, fashion side and construction. She went into jewellery making and all that art and design, things like that. And a lot of her work was around innovation, design and things like that. She's also a business consultant. So I'm going to be bringing Denise in. We have Janie Walker. So Janie Walker works a lot with people with addictions and certain types of support, like anorexia and things like that. But she does it through the creative arts, like creative writing and things like that. So we're going to be doing some therapeutic writing, which is really helpful, healing, and it can be really powerful when even to explore your own story and aspects of your own story. So we're going to be doing that. We have the lovely Caroline Tobin. So Caroline's going to be offering some really interesting things to the community. And there's one part of it I'm not going to just expose at the moment because this is a new thing that she's going to be offering. But Caroline has, I love Caroline because the energy that she gives is this kind of really wise energy and a very grounding. I always see her, she has this kind of, there's a Nordic energy from, but Caroline is she's a psychic, a medium. She's like me. She has a love for archetypes and deeper spiritual concepts, and she's very into a lot of kind of more ancient wisdom and things like that. So she's going to be bringing quite a few things, and she'll raise. There was already in the Heart Hub a lovely gift for you inside that already. So Caroline's going to be doing some workshops and sessions. And we also have a good friend of mine, David Bond. And David is, to give you a background, David is, most people kind of will describe him as a stillness expert because he has this energy. He's really always been attracted to simplifying spirituality and taking it back down to the bare bones, if you know. And he's worked with a lot of top healers, and he spent quite a few years working with Ai Ping Wen, where she was a top Chinese master who came to London many years ago to teach deep spiritual practices. And David got very early in the morning. You have to speak to him, and it was about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning to do anyway. And he spent a lot of time in what's called the energy bank. And he trained with her, and he trained with a lot of different top teachers. And David's one of those people who likes to kind of perfect things. He likes to do a lot of his own, spiritual work, but he's also a trained pharmacist. That's gave David a deep sense of ground, and so he has a lot of, a good scientific basis of understanding things. And he's also very into like quantum things, that quantum beliefs, quantum ideology, but also quantum technology and things like that. So he understands a lot of these things. So David is going to be bringing, he's also into heart coherence and kind of spiritual, helping people really tap into the deeper aspects of their heart and their soul. And really what I would say is a great stabilizer. He's great at stabilizing the field. And even one of my sisters, who you wouldn't see is spiritual, the kind of work I do at all, I remember her always saying, my God, he just oozes absolute peace in his company, that you just feel completely relaxed, and because the energy, so he's a big stabilizer. So David's going to be doing different things. Now he's going on holiday for quite a few weeks, and he'll probably not really be doing things till January, but that's one of the things. We have also the lovely Adette Garvey. So Adette is actually one of my past students, relaxation therapy and stress management, but she does mindfulness and she's a rest coach. But what she'll be doing mostly in the Heart Hub is actually mindfulness tea ceremonies, and they're absolutely beautiful. So she's going to be doing one of those quite, over the next couple of months, and we'll probably get into some other things later on. So we've got Adette. Now I'm trying to think who else there is. So Janie. Obviously, we've got Claire as well. So Claire Levine Rice she's actually an ex-teacher, but she's an artist. She's a home stylist, holistic home stylist. She's also, very into spiritual. Claire has been by my side for a long time. Many years ago, this is a long story, but Claire came in to help me with some of her social media, and we became great friends. But she has a real gift for being able to style homes and bring light and energy into homes and just do things in a very beautiful way. So she's actually going to be, and this is going to, so this is why there's going to be different types of things. She's going to be sharing some tips about how to shift the energy in your home, how to make things look nice, but she's going to be doing some other things. And, our house looks so beautiful, and, she actually ended up she's one of these people that's ended up becoming like a home stylist influencer and being asked by so many beautiful companies to showcase things in her home because of the way that she does it. So she's going to be doing that. She's going to be doing some other things as well. So that gives you an idea. I feel as if I've missed someone. There is more people coming on, but these are people that at the moment have said, I'm sorry if there's anyone I've missed at the moment. Myself, what am I going to be doing? So I'm going to be doing, obviously, the actual structure to the start. I'm hoping to bring a team in once the basis is started. But I will also I'll be doing different types of things. I'll be doing healing. I'll be doing a lot of the monthly healing. So a monthly healing and support circle in the Heart Hub each month. And if you're in the Soul Hub, you automatically get that too. I will be bringing guests and that to do different things, but I'll be doing that and getting some help with the support circle. And what that is it starts off with a healing, a healing guided meditation, and then it ends with actually a support circle where we can have a nice chat and get to know each other. And say, for example, that, you've got a particular challenge or whatever, and there is a seat leader in the room, there's someone else that can support you then you'll be able to even go into a little breakout room and connect with someone. And that's what it's all about, because we want to build connections and support. And I hope to take that to another level and offer it more than once a month, but I'm starting it small for a variety of reasons. I've got some things going on at the moment. I'm getting rehabilitation. So we're building it from the foundation up, and as more members come in, they'll be doing other things. I'll also be doing, obviously, more soul-led business. There's some things that I'll be taking a back seat for, but the co-creation, I'll be doing the business co-creation, a lot of them, even though I'll be inviting some guests to do that, the business co-creation sessions. And the business co-creation usually is, each month it's a different topic. And I go often by what I feel is needed at that time, what's going to be important, or what's coming, that's preparing people for, or what is a common issue that the community is facing. There'll also be there's always bonus things, and we're hoping there's a new feature going to be put inside the platform, but we're just waiting for that technology to be put in. So that might not happen for another couple of months, but it's where we can actually go live, just like Facebook, inside the community. So that's where I'll be inviting people on for little chats, and it can be get to know people. And one of the things that I want to do is allow those in the community, particularly founding members and founding leaders, to get a chance to showcase what they want. They do, particularly if you are invested and you support the community. Well, I'm all about supporting you. If you support us, I support you, and that's what it's all about. So the community also plan to have in the future things like marketplaces and all sorts of things to do. And the community's looking to get an auction and different things we'll do different things that can help you grow your business. And I'm hoping to also come up with, like where you can get reductions in certain things that can help your business with companies. So the more that as a team I can approach different places where we can get discounts for different things, maybe insurance. And there's some other things like advertising or other ways that you might get free advertising through being part of the hub. And I'll tell you more about that in the future. But again, it takes one step at a time. So the Soul Hub is about building a new type of community, a community that genuinely wants to co-create. Now, that does not mean that you compromise your ethics or values. Of course, you only do things that, and you work with people and work in situations that are aligned, because that's so important in your business. But if you would love to learn more, or if you would love to be a founding member, there is an open door for the founding members. That's the people who are willing to come in at the moment while it's just being built and while we are kind of growing with it. And the proper launch won't be to really probably closer to December, January. But what I'm trying to do is bring in enough people to get the community started and to get a feel for what is want and need. I have hundreds of courses in my platforms. One of the things I didn't want to do this time was put too much in the hubs, right? It would be overwhelming for people, and I will be creating fresh content. So one of the things that I'm trying to do at the moment is to get a feel for what people need, right? And what is your priority? Because sometimes what people even think they need right enough is not exactly. It's one of the biggest things, people always say, I just want more clients. But what they don't understand is there's missing gaps in the business or marketing that is stopping that flow. So we're going to look at different things. So, and also, when you get into the Soul Hub, you got automatic access to kind of a library of resources anyway that gets you going. So even when we're just starting up the community and we're just getting started, we've got access right away for quite a few courses that belong to the Heart Hub and the Soul Hub. But if you want to just join the Heart Hub, you can also, just do that. And if you've got any questions, just, sign up on the platform. I have lots of freebies, and then just reply if there's any questions, or put your questions in the video below. I'm really looking forward to this new community. I'm so excited about it, and I would love that if you could join too. There is some amazing discounts on, what I'm offering at the moment, some what we'd call locked-in price. So it's like a yearly, and for a yearly payment, then you get that continually. And the reason I'm doing that is so that then with some investment in it, so we can grow, advertise it more. And that helps the platform, and it also gives you a chance to get it at a price that it won't be in the future. Okay. Have a wonderful day and weekend. Thank you for watching. Bye bye for now.